everybody, so for today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this beautiful Valentine's Day card. It's so simple and easy, but it has such a beautiful sentiment and just look to it. So on the outside it says know what I love, and then on the inside it just says you. I actually made this as part of a challenge in the virtual craft night that I was a part of with my other demonstrators that I'm a group of, or in a group with, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's kind of early in the morning. So we had a virtual craft night, and one of the challenges was to make a Valentine's Day card using one stamp set, and I tried to kind of go out of the box a little bit instead of using a Valentine's Day inspired set. I used this What I Love stamp set. This is part of the Celebration catalog right now. So if you spend $50, you can get this stamp set for free. If I could close it, that'd be nice. So yeah, it was really fun. I had a great time, and I figured I'd show you guys how to make this card since it's so easy and it's so beautiful. Also, if you're interested in being a part of a group of demonstrators and crafters and just have some nice friends that you can craft with and share crafty ideas with and just ideas in general and have a good time, go over to my website and or you can leave a comment down below and leave me your information, and I can get in contact with you and talk to you about becoming a demonstrator, what that entails. Right now is actually a really great time to become a demonstrator if you want to, because Celebration is still going on. It's the best time in the entire year to decide to become a demonstrator. So if you're interested, like I said, go over to my website. There's a contact me form, and we can get you hooked up. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into making this card. Okay, so I put everything off to the side and was going to start making the project, and then I remembered I didn't even tell you guys everything you're going to need to make this card. So I did mention earlier that you're going to need the What I Love stamp set, and again, this is, if you spend $50, this is free to you. It's really nice. It's got that multi-step stamping that I absolutely love. We're only going to be using 2 of the steps, but you could do all 3 and really spice it up even more. So this is an awesome little tiny stamp set. Like, it's really a smaller set, but it's so beautiful. So you're going to be using this. We're also going to be using the Archival Basic Gray ink and the Blushing Bride ink. For cardstock, we're going to be using piece of, oh my god, we'll have to use this side. We have a piece of Blushing Bride that is cut at 8.5 by 5.5. So again, your normal A2 size card base. I have a scrap of Blushing Bride, and the only thing with this is that you want it to be at least 5 inches wide. So mine, let's see, ignore my broken ruler. Mine is about 6 inches. So that's the only thing that you need. This is going to be our little band right here. So you just want it to be wider than your layer that we're going to stamp on. And this layer is 5 inches by 3 3/4. That's Whisper White. I also have another scrap of Whisper White. I literally just pulled this scrap out of my little bin. And this is going to go for the inside so that we can stamp the U on the inside. Obviously this piece doesn't match this. Again, this was a scrap I just pulled. So you can pull any scraps that you have lying around if you want. Let me see if I can measure this out for you guys. So this is 3.5 by about 4, a little shy of 4.5. So if you like this size, again, I'm going to use a smaller one. It doesn't really matter. Any scrap to go in there. So there's that. And then this is a piece of the, oh, I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'll put the name in here, but it's the paper stack pad group. I don't know exactly what it's called. Again, I'll put the name. But this paper is also part of Celebration, so if you spend $50, you can get this pack of paper. It's 2-sided. It's got this kind of like, here, I can show you guys a full sheet. I'm just going to grab a wrong color. It's got these like lines on one side, and then on the other side it's got this marble design. So this is that same paper. This is just in gray. I'm not sure which gray this is, what color specifically, but it's just a gray, and we're going to be using this side as a part of our card. So to get started, we're going to grab our piece of Whisper White, and this is the one that is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And we're going to grab our stamp set. And I'm going to go ahead and pull, come off, this little guy. So it's going to be this one. So you have 2 of these filler stamps. We're going to be using the bigger one. I gotta grab my box. That are still super messy. I still haven't cleaned them. Okay, so I'm going to set this on here, and I guess since we're doing this, we'll go ahead and mount our other one. So this is the outline, and I'm going to need, my chair is so squeaky. I'm going to need a piece of scratch paper. Okay, so all we're going to do is take our Blushing Bride ink, and we're just going to stamp these little flowers all over the place. Now, you can do this one of 2 ways. You can, oh, I have a hair. You can stamp this and then stamp this so that you know where your arrows are and you can kind of line them up. Or the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to stamp all of my little backgrounds is kind of what I call them. I'm going to stamp all of these, and then I'm going to go back and stamp all of the outlines. So you're thinking to yourself, well, how are you going to know where the outlines are and how are you going to line it up? Because this one is a little more difficult to line up, I will say that. What is the other stamp set that I love for Picture Perfect? That one's pretty easy to line up, and some of the other ones too, like the what was the one that I just used? Flower Patch. That's got multi-step stamping. We did that beautiful card, and that had some multi-step stamping, and those are pretty easy to line up. This one's a little more difficult. So what I'm going to do, I feel like I need something right there, but maybe we'll flip it this way and put our banner there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, oh, I was going to clean my stamp, but I don't want to do that yet. So I'm going to take this again, and I'm just going to stamp it somewhere on my scratch piece of paper, and I'm going to stamp it with the arrow pointing down so that I can now go and stamp my outline image on top of this, and I'll have a reference guide so that I know how I should be stamping these. So now I'm just going to line this up, and there you go. This one is a little wonky too. I don't want to say wonky. Wonky sounds bad. But it's not perfect. So if you don't stamp them exactly the way that they should go, you can't really tell because it's got that kind of whimsical look. And I think that's why this one is really great because it's super, super easy. So now I know that I need to do this down. So like this little edge guy, this little guy right here is on the top left. So I need to position my stamp so that I can stamp on the top left just like that. So hopefully that makes sense. And again, if you don't get it perfect, this one's not that difficult to work with. If it's not perfect, it's really not that big of a deal. Oops, and I already got some ink down there, so we're just going to go for it. See, that one's totally, completely not in the right place, but it does not matter to me. I still think it looks beautiful. And you can't really even tell. I mean, you're going to be the only one that knows, oh shoot, I accidentally stamped that in the wrong spot. Nobody's going to know. So we're just going to continue stamping away. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. It's actually Sunday. No, Saturday when I'm filming this. Saturday and Sunday I use to film videos, and then I just kind of edit as I go throughout the week. It just makes it a lot easier for me, so I don't have to worry about filming and editing and uploading and doing blog posts and all of that other stuff smack dab in the middle of the week when I also have a full-time 40-hour-a-week job. So I'm trying to help myself here. Okay, so there's that. So that's our perfect little background. Now I'm going to take this and move that out of the way. And this card is so simple. We're almost done, guys. So I'm going to move this out of the way, and I actually need to close my ink pad because I'm going to put my finger in it because I always do that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and actually we don't need this yet, but we do need this, and we need our ink pad, and we need our stamp. See, I'm all over the place. Okay, I'm sorry guys. So I'm going to take the little sentiment from this set that says, "Know what I love." And I'm going to stamp it on our scrap of Blushing Bride. Just like this. And again, I like stamping off to the right hand side. You can do off to the left hand. You can do whatever you want. But I'm just going to leave a little tab as usual because our paper is a little bit bigger or longer than our piece. So I want to make sure I have enough room on each side where I can do my little tabby. So don't stamp all the way over here because you're going to want to fold it over unless you just want to cut it and do it and just mount it flush on here. You can do that as well. I just find that it stays a little bit better when you have the tabs. So there's that. And then while we have, oh, there it is. I couldn't find my little scrap. While we have this ink out still, I'm going to just take this off and scooch them over there. While we have this out, let's go ahead and stamp the U as well. And this one's pretty simple. So this is the piece that's going to go on the inside of our card. And I'm just going to stamp this U kind of right in the middle. It's not perfect, but good enough for me. So I'm going to set this off to the side again. Close my ink pad. And then we're going to take this piece and trim it down. And I'm just eyeballing it. There's no perfect method, or it's not a perfect science. So I'm just going to trim it, try and get that in the center. I think the sample that I had from yesterday, where did it go? Somewhere. Yeah, this banner is a little bit wider. So you can get different looks just depending on how you cut your stuff and what you decide to do. But now we're just going to put it all together. You can see I got some ink on this piece last night from one of my other cards, which will I'll probably do the other one probably next week maybe, or if I think I've got everything planned out. So probably will be next week. And you know what? I do actually like it this way. And I'm just going to set this down on here. Oops, that's a little crooked. Let's see if I can get this to line up better. Okay, so I just stick it down, fold my little tabs over, put some more adhesive on the back. Okay, and then I'm going to take my gray piece and just center this up. Just like that. Then I'm going to fold this over and find my dimensionals that I got out and then lost. And I'm just going to stick all of this on here. So I find that when I use two different layers, it gives the card the stability that it needs. Did I take that one off? Yeah, I did. I'm losing it, guys. But the card that I was just mentioning to you guys, and I don't have it. I don't know what I did with it. I was going to give you a sneak peek. I think it's back here, and this is my basket of cards. Oh yes, it's right here. So this is the other one that I was just talking about that I'll probably do a video next week of. But this one's only one layer, so I used a lot more dimensionals. If you have, the point to this story was if you have a couple of different layers, 5 dimensionals is the perfect amount because it gives you have the stability from the multiple layers of cardstock that you don't need to worry as much about your cards sagging. So that's just a tip. If you find that your cards are sagging in the middle once you put them together, either use some more dimensionals or use a couple more layers of cardstock when you're building your card because that gives it that stability. But I just did my 5 dimensionals. We're going to put this on our card base. If I can center it. I told you guys I have a really hard time centering things, so my cards always come out a little wonky. So there's the front, and then we're just going to take our piece and do a couple of, whoa, that was really wonky. a couple of strips of adhesive and try and center this bad boy on here. Just like that. So that is our super simple little Valentine's Day card. I like this because you could give it to your significant other, but you could also give it to a friend for Valentine's Day if you're celebrating that Singles Awareness Day. You could give it to a really good friend, or like I said, you could give it to a significant other because it's so simple and easy, and it's very classic and very, it's got a very classic design to it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!